Hey Cross Park, I'm coming to you today with updates from the parking lot. We're making some changes in our summer services and you need to know about them. I've got 4 shifts for you to pay attention to. The first one and the most important one is we are shifting the time of our service. As you know, it gets hot in the summer and so we're moving from 11 a.m. to 9 a.m. So we will meet here in the parking lot at RTS each Sunday morning starting at 9 a.m. We will start that this Sunday, May 16th. So for the whole summer, join us not at 11 a.m. in the parking lot, but at 9 a.m. right here in the RTS parking lot. The second shift we're going to make is the physical layout of our service. So in the past, the front of the service was in this direction of the parking lot towards Carmel Road. For the summer, we're going to turn the shape of our service, and the pulpit and the music is going to be from this area by the retaining wall. So, look with me here. This area here is the place that has the most shade, and this shade under these lovely trees stays pretty consistent. On that side of the parking lot, between 9 and 10 a.m., there's some shade, but it rapidly disappears. And so, from our experience last summer, we know there's always more shade by 10 a.m. on this side of the parking lot. So, instead of going long ways in the parking lot, we're going to turn and we're going to be seated widely. There's a lot of shade in both directions, as you can see here. Additionally, we're opening up a new seating area, what we're calling the VIP section here, where this dead grass is. As you can see, there's dead grass about 6 or 8 feet back from the parking lot. So you can sit here under the trees, you can sit here in the shade, and if you want to sit in the sun because it's not as warm one Sunday, you're welcome to do that as well. But we are turning the parking lot from long ways to going wide, and that change will happen this Sunday. You'll see it when you get here. The third shift we're making is about our guidance on mask wearing. We've attempted to follow the best public health advice available to us during COVID. In the middle of winter, Mecklenburg County said, please be even more careful outside, and so we stopped serving communion for a few months. Now, as you know, the public health guidance is changing, it's shifting. There's a lot less requirement to wear masks. And being outside, if you're a vaccinated person, they're saying you don't really need to wear a mask. So our guidance is shifting from strongly encouraging you to wear a mask to encouraging you to continue to be wise as things open up. So, for example, there is a caveat in some of the health guidance that if you're in a large group of people and you're close together for an extended period of time, you might want to wear a mask. Now again, we're not going to police that, but we want to encourage you to be wise because in reality, masks have become, as you know, a political issue, but also even sometimes subtly a righteousness issue. And the issue is really one of tone, that I think I'm right or good because of my opinion, whatever it may be, on mask wearing. That is not how we want to function at Cross Park. We know that our righteousness only comes from Jesus, and so we want to strongly encourage you to be wise and charitable and gracious towards your brothers and sisters who might have a slightly different feeling or opinion about mask wearing. In fact, I want to ask you to play a game with me. It's called the game of the stronger brother and the weaker brother. Paul talks about a stronger brother as someone who has a clear, strong opinion, in many cases a clearly biblical opinion, and someone else has an opinion that differs from them. Even if the stronger brother has the best case for their argument, the stronger brother towards his Christian brothers and sisters is to consider giving up some of their rights for the sake of preserving unity and peace. So that's what we want to ask you to do. If you have a very strong opinion about wearing masks or about not wearing masks, that's okay. We simply don't want you to impose that on others, and we want you to treat everyone with charity and grace and kindness. Realize that some people still are going to be more comfortable for a variety of reasons with masks on. Other people are going to feel very free not to wear a mask. We simply are asking you to be wise, to be cautious, and to be considerate of your brothers and sisters as we're giving you the reminder, you don't have to wear a mask the whole service. We encourage you to think wisely, read the CDC input, read Governor Cooper's input, and above all, be kind and charitable to your brothers and sisters in the parking lot. The last shift we're making this summer is in children's ministry. We have 2 things to tell you. First is, and excitingly, we're going to have a children's worship option for you. So potty-trained 3-year-olds through 1st grade during the sermon are going to go to children's worship if you want them to. Give mom and dad a little more ability to pay attention to what's going on without having to keep track of the kids. So at the end of the song before the sermon, children can go with their parents up this way towards the high table area in front of the RTS bookstore. The children's ministry volunteers will meet you there, take your kids over to a grassy area, and then they will bring your kids all the way back to the parking lot during the end of the sermon, last song. So parents, make sure your kids know where you're sitting, be paying attention as they're coming back. And we're going to do this for the next 6 weeks to try this out, to see how it goes, and to give your kids something different to do, and to give parents the opportunity to pay attention even more closely. The other difference in children's comments is, we've said rightly, we're outside in the parking lot, your kids are kind of free to do whatever, and that's still generally true. It's so nice that they can make noise and wander around a little bit, and it's not as distracting as if we're inside. However, there are a few areas we need you not to go to. Number one is this area back here, behind this retaining wall behind me. We want your kids not to be climbing up on this landscaped area, and even more importantly, there's a large HVAC system there, which would cost a lot of money if we broke it, and it could be potentially quite dangerous to your kids as well. So we want to remind everyone to keep our kids off this area. Secondly, as we're moving to an earlier time, there is another church that meets on campus here in the RTS chapel on the other side of the property. So after our service, from the sermon on, we do not want our kids going on the playground or the basketball area. So we just encourage you to keep your kids in this half of the campus, not here, not in the playground or basketball area. Okay, those are all the shifts I need to tell you about for the summer. Thank you for your flexibility. Thanks for listening today. We never thought we'd end up in a parking lot, but God has been very kind to us. We hope that these shifts for the summer will make our worship even richer, will help us to pay attention, will keep us out of the heat, and we'll be able to worship God together. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Sunday in the parking lot.